Hello everyone, I am Mr. Candines or Brian in real life. And first of all, I would like to tell you what do I want to do with this channel. So, I would like to be a caster. So, everyone needs to start somewhere. So, your opinion and ideas, tips are really important. So, use the comments. Feel free. So, let's not waste any more time. I'm gonna start by talking slightly about Wukong, the Monkey King. Wukong can go jungle or Baron lane eventually, but it's a jungle guide for now. So, this game that I'm about to show to you, it's really, I would say, interesting, because I was a jungler and now I play more in the Baron lane, and as you can see, I have my Baron build here. Okay, so what's wrong with that? So, the game, the last build that you actually use is the build that the game is automatically choosing for you to play in the next game. Even going jungle, that was a problem. Anyway, gonna slightly start talking about it. So, spells. Smite, of course. You will see the importance of the Smite in the early game as a jungler. And Flash. Really good engage potential, and it's just good overall. You could maybe go for Ghost, even if I don't really like it, because you already have movement speed with the Yumus. But no, just play those two spells. I don't think others are worth. As the runes, Conqueror, really good on team fights, it will give you a lot of damage. Since you will stay in the middle of the enemies, you will stack it really easily. Brutal. On jungle, Brutal is better than the Champion rune. Gonna tell you why, because Champion is bonus damage against champions, not against jungle monsters. You could go eventually for weakness. It's really good on team fights. Weakness is when you impair the movement of an enemy, which is knock up, stunt, root, slow, if I'm not wrong. They will take more damage. So with my ultimate, really good. But I'm just gonna go for brutal, faster jungle clear. Regeneration, cause Wukong has mana problems. And for the last run, Mastermind. You could go for mana flow band if you're really afraid of the mana problems, but the blue buff gives you this and the regeneration should be enough. Anyway, about the build itself, you need to think first of all about what items do you really need. As a jungler, you always want some movement to go all around the map, so Humus is really good because of the momentum stacks. When you walk or cast abilities, you gain stacks. When it's capped at 100, when you reach those 100, you'll move faster and even you'll get a bonus attack speed for 4 seconds from the Humus. Then Guardian Angel. It gives you attack and armor. And even when you die, which might happen quite a lot, it just brings you back to life with a cooldown of 3 minutes, more or less. So, those two items are just a must to Wukong. When I play on Baron, I use Black Cleaver, but since I'm in jungle, I want the movement speed. Then for the other three items, feel free. I like Sterex because it gives me a bit more damage technically, and a shield when I'm low. Randuin, I like to have like one defensive item of each, armor and magic resistance. So Spirit Visage, yes, Wukong does heal even without any vamp item. And Randuin is really good against critical. So most of the ADCs and three other champions on the game, which are Master Yi, Yasuo, and Tryndamere that use critical. You can feel free, if they don't have critical, just go for Thornmail, or eventually Denman's Plate, if you decide not to go for Yumus, or even maybe Frozen Heart if they do you think they have a lot of attack speed without having critical. For the magic resistance item, you could go either for Spirit Visage or Abyssal Mask. If your team has a lot of magic damage, I would say something like a Katarina, an Akali, since you will be in the middle of them, they will deal more damage around you. So, enough talking. This is the build that you should go. Oh, by the way, about the boots, I usually go for the boots of lucidity because Wukong has relatively low cooldowns, but you could spam your first ability. Your first ability also gives you healing. Slight, but gives you healing. That's why I go for Spirit Visage and not Force of Nature. As the enchant, I only have two enchants. I only go for two enchants overall, which is Locket. If my team doesn't already have, if your team already have Locket, I go for Gargoyle, which will make you a lot tankier, and it will also reduce the damage. So since you'll be the front line, you don't really need damage. Your two knockups will be far more than enough. So I don't think there should be another enchant, probably Proto Belt, but I don't really like it, or even Stasis. For me, I only play with those two. Locket, if they don't have, no, thank you. If they don't have, your team doesn't already have Locket, or Gargoyle, if they already have, or if you think you need to be more tanky. Anyway, let's go to the game. Okay, here we are. I just want to give you a quick reminder about what happened. If you look at Wukong, me, on the game, you can see that I'm using Barrier and Flash, which I use on the Baron lane, and I didn't realize it until some point of the game. I am the only frontline in our team, so I need to build a more tanky build. Something that will make me more, I would say, resistant. So on the jungle, I will just speed this up. On the jungle, I usually start red. I usually start with the bot lane in general, because it's faster and I don't lose too much CS. I start with the dash, which gives me attack speed. And there, as you can see, I've been retreat because I've just realized, wait, my smite, where the hell is it? So yeah, um, you'll see how important the smite is in this game. In this game and in jungle in general, because look at my health already. Usually I'm almost like full health when I have my smite. Not only gives me healing, but it gives me more damage to jungle camps. So about the matches, we have a Z Cannon, we have a Fiora Yasuo, and on the bot lane, Ashe support Vayne. The Ashe was AFK in the beginning, if I'm not wrong. Against the Bromchinx, really strong. So here, this matchup is quite hard for the Z. He needs to play with the shadows and maybe go all in. And as you can see, I'm dying to the blue buff. I'm not even kidding. I use my barrier and I'm still dying. So I thought like maybe I could kite and just like no. With the healing from my first ability, maybe it could have been possible, plus the clone, but I'm not level 3, so just forget it. I will pause for a second. In this situation, what would you do? I would recommend you to pause the video and put on the comments what should you do before watching the rest. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going with this. Yasuo Fiora, I would say it's a good matchup for Yasuo, it just needs to play well. And this Yasuo is actually good. You'll see later. And almost Penta. So yeah, if Fiora Cannon would swap lane, our team should swap lane too, because Zed is better against Cannon than Yasuo is. So, anyway, back to the jungle. I didn't even took my blue buff. I am going for the Scuttle to give vision, which is really important. So, what do I want to do? I cannot jungle. I can, but just like non-effective for the gold and the damage that I will take. I would prefer ganking, which is the case. So let's keep an eye on this. My Zed is almost coming back to lane. And here, I'm waiting. The cannon is mid-life, so maybe both of us could do something. There you go. The electrocute went. I flash, use my first ability. I don't think it was really need to flash, but I just did it. Meanwhile, our bot lane is doing well. So Vayne already took kills, and Dash took both of the assists. So at this point, I am still thinking about which lane should I gank more. So think like this. Which lane will make me win the game? I will say it's the bot lane. Because Vayne is a late game champion. She will be strong in the late game, not in the early game. Same for Jinx. I'll just pause for a second. So that's why I immediately gank here, now. Because if the Vayne that is good in the late game, he's snowballing, which is having kills and assists in the early game, she will be really good in her game, in a really good position. So here I am. I came here, I use my clone to be invisible, I dash, and I ult. So the Vayne could go forward, and she even takes the other kill. Really good. So yeah, thumbs up, obviously. Always appreciate what your teammates do. Now the dragon is about to spawn, and we will take it. My teammates will do one mistake caused by a good decision overall. So I have no smite. You have to keep this in mind, and I've said it on the chat more than once. And the Ash was tilted about me like, shut up, and then. I will just slow it a bit. They are here. I block the dragon with my body, so they couldn't steal it. I don't know if she would have enough damage, but anyway. There. Their mistake was being too much here. Both of them. You could just like put Ash or the Vayne here to zone them out. The problem is that there, they should keep attacking the dragon. Look, 5 HP and the Brom take it. If Vayne would have auto-attacked the dragon one more time, it would be ours. And I even died. But I don't care because my Vayne and on top of all the Zed that was mid lane, both of them will take kills and assists. So that's really good. It was worth dying. Yes, they got the dragon, but it was worth. I will speed this up, not much going on. I can look here to see what's happening. It could go away, really good. So, about the Yasuo. Just crash the wave and go back. He was about to take the scuttle, but the enemies already took it. We have 3 people mid, and what am I gonna do? Obviously, not stay on the jungle. Forget it. Just going in. One kill, almost another one, and I died because of the ignite. Yeah, the Ash will soon just flame me out the chat one more time, and thankfully you cannot see the chat, because this guy is toxic. I'll admit, I am toxic too sometimes, but yeah, who isn't? I am trying to work on it, but it's not easy sometimes. There are really teammates who just make you tilt until the end, and sometimes even for no reason. So there, they could see me or they thought I was there. We just fight for this. I have no smite, so we focus on taking it. Yasuo got it, and we even got like 3 kills with this, with the cannon. So what did we do in this case? It was a bit too fast, so just go back just a little to see really what happened. There, I focused the Xin Zhao. Why? Because Xin Zhao has a smite, and I don't. On the bot lane, as you could see, Vayne died, but it was a kind of like a good death because Brom got the shutdown. It wasn't the Jinx, it was the Brom. So all the gold from the shutdown went to Brom. Here we are trying to get to mid lane, and I put the Earl just a bit too soon. I should have waited just a bit more. This was actually a bad decision. We should have recall. Went back, I put the Earl mid, and then we should go for the dragon at the same time. Why? Because the enemies will have the tough decision of fighting for a dragon, or split, or even go here just to take the herald and to not let it take the turret. But it was a bit a bad decision of my part. Recognizing your mistakes is a really good thing too. So we are here, their team is just like invading our jungle, and they probably will have vision. Really beautiful engage from Yasuo. I think Cannon and Fiora are there. Yep. She flashed, I don't really know why, but it's okay. So I just respawn, and my team is there. They are fighting without me, but they have the number advantage. They could ace. It's really good. I'm gonna speed this up. Nothing really happening. Chinzao will be late anyway. Just farm a bit, and I'm farming more the smaller camps because they're faster to take. Not much going on here. Just like basically try to run away because all of them were mid. I don't really know why. They lost the turret top. The wave is pushing. Here, if someone comes here to take this wave, it will be pushing to their side. Here on me, the only thing that I want to do is literally just defend the turret. And Yasuo came. It was a really good decision. He shouldn't go that forward, but okay. Chinzao used his ult to push me back, and I could make this little guy run away. And our Zed even took a kill. So it was a really bad position from us, which is basically that ultimate. I ult on them for the first time, and she totally missed. And you can use it again. Your ultimate also gives you movement speed, as you can see, 30%. So even if you don't need to use it, just use it a second time. It will just run out by itself. So just use it for the movement speed. Nothing to lose. So at this state of the game, I'm starting to build more defensive items. I have this to try to put a bit more damage and just try to peel them a bit to make them lose life. So that my carries, which is the Vayne that actually died, and the Zed. And in this game, Yasuo too. Usually you only have like two carries, which is the ADC and the mid laner. But in this game we also have a Yasuo, which is a really good combo. If I use my ultimate and Yasuo comes behind, they will just take so much damage. It's basically a GG easy fight. So obviously we find a way to take this scuttle. I don't really know how, but okay. There. I just did this to save the Zed and just wanted to run away, but the team came and fight, so I'm just gonna follow them. They have a beautiful engage, a quadra, and nope. The Vayne just took the last kill. Don't do this, please. People, don't be like this guy. It was a really good penta from Yasuo. We were like about to run away. And no, she actually wanted to do Baron. Same for me. But I saw like here, after the fight, people start to split and push lanes. So, no reason. And on top of all, two of our carries that deal a lot of damage wouldn't be here. So just push lanes. She pushed this Swain, Yasuo pushed this one, and I think he should go back because all of them are up again. And instead of going for Baron, I went top to push this wave. So I'm just gonna not speed this up and just let it go. There. I ping Yasuo to be careful. I just want him to run away. Because 1, 2, 3, 4. Just one enemy is missing. Not anymore. So if 5 people are on the map and are not with me, what should I do? I should just take this wave and keep taking it. Forward. Double kill. So 2 enemies are dead. 1 more enemy died. So 2 of them are alive. 2 of them are here. So we have absolutely no reason to go back. 2 enemies dead. We have vision on the other 2 enemies. So it's so safe to take this turret. Okay. Now they are on Vayne. I still have vision on all the enemies. 2 of the enemies are here. And the other were dead. So I can just safely take it. And yeah, took a free turret. A lot of gold. How much gold do I have in my pocket right now? Look at this. 3,000 gold, which is basically a full item. I like it. So just recall safely here. My team is there. Shouldn't be fighting, I say. But they are really strong at this point. I'm gonna put this normal speed. And yeah, there. Engage. You couldn't really see it well. I have to time it better next time. But I basically flash forward, use my ultimate, and they totally split. I wanted to go for Baron, but they prefer going for Dragon. So I follow my team. In this position, I think we should all went mid because only Fjord is alive. I think we could have won the game earlier. But anyway, I see that my team is going mid. Zed is resetting. I am just taking this wave, which has a big minion from the inhibitor. Yasuo is mid with Vayne. They took the second inhibitor. It's really nice. And just in case, I'm coming with another wave. Now the full team is up. I have to be careful with this. So as I do, I just go back, and this is a tip that you should always do. When you can do it safely, take the enemy jungle. How to do it safely? You need to have vision on the enemies. So how do you do that? Or because they're in front of your team, or because you can see them with wards. So two really good wards that you can put is one here on this cross, and the other one on this push, on the Raptor. You see? This. There, you basically see wall or a really big part of the enemy jungle, so you can see them come. I didn't need that, but it was a bit risky, I will admit. But since my team was fighting mid, their attention was like focused on mid, not on me. Here, trying to go for a cheese, so if someone would have come for Z, I would come behind. And now the only thing that we need is play together and win the team fight. I can see them, they are all packed, all together. I have my ultimate. So what should I do? I wait. There, really good opportunity. I just go in. 4 enemies knock up. There you go. 2 more. And they have no chance. Already 2 of them died. And now I can take the Brom. So it's 2 versus 5. And most important, we have inhibitor minions. This wave is coming. We are just here putting pressure. We don't want to let them go away. I clear this wave. Zed, I think he tried to do the same, but should have just stay with the team. If we can kill someone else, this is GG. And there, my team is all pushing mid, really good. They even take an inhibitor. And just in case, I was coming with another real big wave. So yeah. No, even if your jungler has no smite for some reason, the game is still not lost. That jungler only needs to adapt. How? It's easy. Since you cannot jungle, like take jungle camps, gank a lot, make your team snowball with kills and assists. If you look at the teamfight participation, which is the third column, I will just highlight it. I have 19 out of the 24, so I was a lot on the map. On the gold, I am not in the best position, but I am not there for the damage or the gold or anything. I am here basically for the utility. Here to ultimate, while my team just go in and stick a lot of damage. If you look at the build, I was going for a more defensive build, of course, since I'm the only tank. So yeah, tell me if you like the video, tell me if you have some tips, if you want some kinds of videos, or even tell me if you have like some games that you would like me to try to commentate, to talk about, to highlight some mistakes, some things that you did well or you could have done better. Just talk to me. Give it a like if you like, give it a dislike if you didn't. And hope you guys do well. And see ya next time for another video.